These kids lost the goddamn mind. Real though. I mean, like shit, they was planning a robbery on Muslims. And what the fuck? They like, you know what I'm saying? Made like, you know, some weapons or whatever, whatnot. And they made like, you know, bombs and shit. Hey, what the fuck is like? That's some crazy shit. I mean, like, goddamn. I'm like, really though? But shit, they got like, you know, taken into custody like a motherfucker for real though. But shit, I don't know what they gonna do because like they obviously just like, you know, give these motherfuckers a slap on the wrist. One of them was like, you know, 13 and the other one was 14 or whatever. And they two white boys. So yeah, they might end up giving them a slap on the wrist and that's on bro. Anyway, now the governor, like, you know, just actually like decided to take action in like, you know, Indiana or whatever. Because like the shit don't make no sense. But when I like, you know, discovered that they had like AI data centers like, you know, right up over there, then I already knew what the hell was going on. That those AI data centers is draining their fucking power, draining all their water and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? For real though. Anyway, the governor decided to take action. He like, you know, wanna like, you know, see if they could like do an investigation on it. Because this shit don't make no sense. They have to keep on paying for their rent and shit like that while they shit still messed up. And that shit crazy as hell. You know what I'm saying? I mean, like, damn. That's some crazy shit. Like, the same thing that happened, like, you know, in all these motherfucking, like, states. They have data centers and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? For real though. I mean, like, they had a pocket for that shit. For real though. But, hey, I mean, that shit. They gonna do what they wanna do and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? For real though. I mean, like, this some bullshit. That was some bullshit for real, and that's on, bro. Anyway, now, this happened in, like, you know what I'm saying? I mean, January. On January the 1st. Well, not January the 1st, but January the 24th of 2024. And this was in Gary, Indiana. Or whatever, whatnot. You know what I'm saying? This, like, cop started messing with this 18-year-old or whatever, whatnot. At the gas station. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, so he didn't ask her for her ID or driver's license or registration or whatever, whatnot. You know what I'm saying? So she up there trying to look for her, like, you know, ID and her registration or whatever, whatnot. And the cop just, like, you know, just got hostile. And he grabbed her right out the car. And then he, like, threw her on the ground. Or whatever, whatnot. Put his knee all up on her back. Put some handcuffs on her wrist and shit. For no goddamn reason. This lady didn't do nothing wrong. For real though. But he obviously, like, you know, tried to, like, say, she was trying to tell him what to do. Got all her shit on the ground. Or whatever, whatnot. You know what I'm saying? Her, like, you know, ID. Her registration. Her wallet. Her goddamn phone. Oh my goodness, it was crazy as ever. It was like, how old is you? She said 18. He was like, congratulations, you going to jail. Like, oh my goodness, that's some crazy shit. Up there saying she instructed. She didn't instruct shit. She didn't even, like, you know, try to flee the scene. Motherfucker lying and shit. I'm like, oh my goodness. But that motherfucker got fired for that shit. Remember, he ended up, like, you know, trying to, like, you know, mess with another dude that, like, you know, pulled up in a gas station or whatever. That's how, you know, they told him to, like, get the fuck out of there. Around. And he got out of there real quick. Her father showed up. He told her father about the bullshit. about a lot of bullshit. No, goddamn well she didn't instruct shit or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? Riddle. And then he asked for his, like, identification. That's about it. I mean, like, goddamn. That's crazy as hell. I hope the charges got dropped on that girl, for real though, because that motherfucking cop was out of pocket, and that's on bro. Anyway, now, this cop, like, start messing with the sister or whatever or not, you know what I'm saying? He just threw her on the ground, like, tackled her on the ground or whatever, for no goddamn reason. And the brother stepped in, or whatever or not. He tried to move the brother out the way, tried to jet the brother up. Brother, like, you know, got him up off him. Like, see, he was like, what the hell you think you're doing? You know what I'm saying? He ended up turning him around in the circle and shit. Motherfucker ended up trying to, like, you know, just manhandle him. Brother just, like, you know, got his ass up off him. He ripped the brother's shirt. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I said, just like I said, motherfuckers, like, you know, fight people that don't want to fight back. You know what I'm saying? But when it comes to fighting back, they can't even stand that shit. Why? Because they ass get beat the fuck up. But the only thing is, they stopped them from, like, you know, putting, you know what I'm saying, giving them that goddamn belt. Giving them that goddamn whooping, for real though. Nah, I'm not talking about he was gonna lick him or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? He didn't have a flick on him or nothing. He was gonna give him an ass whooping, but they stopped him. His girlfriend and the girl. They stopped him from doing that shit. But for real though, I mean, like, the police be up there on that bullshit. They be up there saying, like, oh, he tried to do this and he tried to do that and all that shit. It's on surveillance. It's on camera. Nah, I'm saying, for real though. I mean, like, and all that bullshit they talking about, it's not going to, like, you know what I'm saying, end up in no goddamn court. Because, why? Because show that the man didn't even do nothing wrong. He was just pretending a shorty that, like, you know, the cop, like, you know, actually try to bully or whatever, whatnot. And that's on bro. Anyway, now, these, like, you know, white boys at Penn State was up there messing with cocaine or whatever. They was, like, you know, dealing with cocaine, selling this shit, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes they, like, you know, use some of their frat brothers to do the shit. Like, you know, bag up the packages and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I see. And now, they, like, you know, actually got caught. But they ain't acting like, you know, it's nothing to be serious about. Or whatever, whatnot. And there's a whole lot of them motherfuckers. Telling you, it's a whole lot of them. But they act like they never did nothing wrong. But right now, I'm like, what the fuck is this? Like, if it was, like, all black dudes, they take them down ASAP. But since it's white dudes, white boys, they ain't gonna do shit. What kind of shit is that? That shit keep on fucking happening. And that's crazy as hell. Know what I'm saying? That's some crazy shit. They had a pocket for that shit, and that's all broke. Anyway, now, these, like, you know, cops start messing with this, like, you know, couple or whatever, whatnot. You know what I mean? Well, no. Anyway, so, yeah, they just, like, fuck with the couples for no goddamn reason. Or whatever, whatnot. You know what I mean? Started, like, you know what I'm saying? Actually, like, you know, messing them up and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Just abusing them or whatever, whatnot. You know what I mean? Or no, treating them like they, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, punching bags and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And these is cops from Phoenix or whatever, whatnot. Phoenix cops. You know what I'm saying? They ain't not no impersonators. These is actual cops that's doing that shit or whatever, whatnot. They beat these people up or whatever, whatnot, and they scared to, like, speak out about it. Why? Because, you know, if they speak out about it, they might end up trying to finish the job. on the like male and the female. Both of them, they beat the shit out of them. For real though. And kidnapped them. For real though. But they not holding the cops accountable. They're not holding their ass accountable at all. For real though. They just letting them get away with the shit. For real though. That's some crazy shit. They had a pocket for this shit. And that's on bro. But anyway, like, comment, and subscribe. If you enjoyed the video, hit the bell notification so you can see my next upload. And my next post, and make sure I make another one tomorrow. And oh yeah, you can check out my previous videos if you like it. So long, farewell, goodbye.